79 days of civilian genocide and ethnic cleansing in Tigray. 79 days of repeated cover-ups and lies by the Ethiopian Prime Minister. 79 days of collective punishment, mass starvation and repression of the Tigrayan people. 79 days of words and not a lot of action from the international community. 79 days of stressful and sleepless nights for Tigrayans around the world who do not even know if their families are alive. The Tigrayan community of New South Wales is gathered here today at the iconic Town Hall steps of Sydney, Australia, arguably Sydney's favourite meeting place. Over the past few decades, Town Hall has been the meeting point for hundreds of rallies and protests, hosting tens of thousands of people who have gathered together to achieve great things for just causes. From the protests against the Vietnam War in the 1970s to the climate emergency rally in 2019. Today, the Tigrayan community of New South Wales stands here seeking fundamentally the same things of the Australian government and the international community. Those things are peace, justice, and action for Tigray. We are seeking those things today because humanitarian aid and access is still being obstructed by the Ethiopian government. 6 million people are being deliberately starved to death. There is a critical shortage of food and water in the region. They are days away from reaching official famine status. Telecommunications, media, and the internet in the region is still being blocked. Thousands of Tigrayans are being killed by Ethiopian military and Eritrean forces, as well as paramilitary groups. Healthcare is non-existent because hospitals have either been looted or completely destroyed. People who need life-saving medication are dying from preventable deaths. Sexual violence is so widespread that an Ethiopian army general has come out and admitted that it is happening and that they cannot control the Eritrean forces who are the main perpetrators of these acts. Civilian houses are being looted. Eritrean troops are stealing everything from cutlery to cars, bed frames, and jerry cans. Nothing is being spared, not even ambulance vehicles. UNESCO World Heritage Sites are being looted and destroyed, including ancient churches and mosques that form a huge part of our global heritage. This just shows that this is not just a law and order enforcement, but it is a deliberate attempt by the Ethiopian and Eritrean military to wipe out Tigrayan culture and history. The list of atrocities and war crimes is endless. This is not just a war of bullets, bombs, and tanks. This is a war using food starvation and the obstruction of aid to kill people, and it will go on for months. The systematic denial of basic needs and services, including the obstruction of aid, is a grave violation of the fundamental human rights of the Tigrayan people. Our message here today is for the Australian, the British, and the US government, as well as the European Union. Concerns, statements, and tweets don't mean much when prompt action does not follow. We are calling on the international community to take action. It is already too late to stop the violence, devastation, and the senseless killings of innocent civilians, but now is the time to take action to prevent and stop the extermination of the Tigrayan people. Today we are pleading with the Australian government to condemn the war on Tigray by the Ethiopian government and to call for the withdrawal of Eritrean troops from the region. Hostilities must be stopped and active diplomacy must be used to ensure peaceful dialogue and reconciliation. As a founding nation of the United Nations, we are asking you to support the UN Security Council's work to end the siege and genocide. There must be an independent investigation into the war crimes committed. And we are calling for the support and financial aid of global aid agencies as they work to establish a humanitarian corridor. We want to see Australian diplomacy fully engaged with this challenge. To my tagaro in Australia and around the world, the fight for justice is not over. Your tireless work to speak up for the people of Tigray who have been silenced and abandoned by their own government is extraordinary. The resilience and unity of the global community is a testament to the strength of the Tigrayan people and our just cause. So many of us have already lost loved ones and are grieving, yet we continue to do the work to speak up for the oppressed people. Stress, feelings of stress, grief, and the experience of generational trauma are difficult, but we will get through this together. We will rebuild Tigray.
We will rebuild Tigray.
Tigray تعود.
Tigray تعود.
Tigray تعود.
Tigray تعود.
كنسعرنا.
كنسعرنا.
We also want to thank the Sudanese government for all the work that they have done assisting with the refugees who have fled the region. It has been a great help, and the people of Tigray are forever grateful to you all. Tigray تعود.
Tigray تعود.
Tigray تعود.
Tigray تعود.
كنسعرنا.
كنسعرنا.